The Canadian government is keen to increase trade and investment in the Lao PDR, according to the Canadian Minister of International Trade, Chrystia Freeland. With an increased bilateral trade between Laos and Canada, the Canadian government is eager to work with the government of Laos to expand economic cooperation between the two countries.
We are very excited about the Canadian relationship with Laos and are really making a big push to grow it and develop it. We now have an embassy here with resident Canadian diplomats. That's a first, and it's really an important foundation for developing the relationship going forward. In terms of business, our bilateral trade between our two countries is almost 30 million. We think there's a lot of room to grow.
Speaking to our LNTV English news team during the sidelines of the 48th ASEAN Economic Ministers meeting in Vientiane Capital recently, Canadian Minister of International Trade Chrystia Freeland said that Canada and Lao PDR have a dynamic relationship based on mutual respect and a commitment to a constructive and forward-looking partnership. It is said that Canadian Minister of International Trade Chrystia Freeland revealed during the bilateral meeting with the Lao Minister of Industry and Commerce, Madame Vientiane, that the government of Canada is eager to work with the government of Laos in many different areas in economic cooperation, ranging from mining, energy, agriculture, infrastructure, and many other sectors.
I think there is some real complementarity between Laos and Canada. There are real opportunities, as you know very well, in mining here, and that's an area of real expertise for Canadian companies. Laos is very involved and very strong in the energy sector. That's another area where Canada has a lot of expertise. I think there's a lot of focus here today in Laos in infrastructure. We have expertise there, and particularly in public-private partnerships in that space. Aerospace is another possibility, and information technology. So lots of opportunities. And I should also probably mention agriculture and forestry. I think there are some real opportunities in Laos for real artisanal, if you will, high value-added agriculture. That's a strength in Canada, so I think there are opportunities there. And forestry, of course, an important area for Laos, an important area for Canada where we have expertise.
Madame Freeland also mentioned that there are approximately 25,000 persons of Lao origin living in Canada, and many of them have returned to Laos to invest and do business in their country of origin, which is a significant factor for the Canadian government to expand the relations between the two countries.
We have some significant Canadian investors here. Celestica employs 600 people here in Laos and is the biggest Canadian investor. And I've been pleased to see some small Canadian companies, just, people like you actually, young Laos whose families came to Canada and who were born in Canada are coming, and they say it, as they described to me, they're coming back home. So I was very pleased to be this morning at Tyson's Pizza, which is run by a young Canadian guy. He just started it in February and was really keen to, as he put it to me, give back to the country of his parents. Yeah. And at a human level, it's important also to remember that there are quite a few people from Laos who call Canada home. And Laos seems to have this magical quality of maintaining a very warm place in the hearts of people who began their lives here, whose families began their lives here. And I know that the Canadians who have a family connection to Laos are very excited about opportunities to remain connected also in a business sense.
According to Canadian officials, in 2015, bilateral trade between Canada and Lao PDR amounted to $29 million, an increase of 4% over the previous year, and imports from Lao PDR were valued at $23.7 million in 2015, an increase of 43.6% over the previous years. Canada established diplomatic relations with Lao PDR in 1974. In September 2015, Canada opened its first resident diplomatic presence in the Lao PDR. Until then, relations had been handled by the embassy in Bangkok. On 25 July 2016, Canada's Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Stéphane Dion, in the presence of Minister of Industry and Commerce, Vientiane Capital, officially opened the office of the embassy.